Hey, what's good with y'all niggas? Pharaoh Moon in the building, nigga, you know the vibes. Hey, this video is about characters. I'ma call it characters. And I wanted to speak about, your ego, this vessel, and how it relates to your ego. So basically, your ego would be, in my mind, I consider my ego to be this vessel and the characteristics of this vessel. And then when it elevates, your ego is also predicted upon what you want. When you say I want something, I want to do this, I want to do that, that is basically your ego speaking. So I wanted to start by saying this. The reason why I'm gonna call it characters is because your ego, or this vessel that you're looking at, is literally the character that I, as the soul, God of this reality, chose this vessel, this current ego, this character to be, my car while I'm in this third 3D dimension. So your ego is like your lower self. It could be your lower self. And your lower self is the instinct part of you, the instinctive part of you, the part of you that doesn't really think before doing things, but is always careful. The ego is basically your individualism, because as a soul, we all come from, the same source. We all come from the sun, certain solar systems. We do come from different star systems, solar systems, however you want to call them. But your ego is basically what makes you different from other people, and what makes you perceive, not other people, but other souls, and what makes you perceive things differently, or have a unique point of view on things, is the experiences that you have had as a soul. So I don't know if y'all ever watched Criminal Minds before, but in Criminal Minds they show y'all how serial killers are created. Basically, they're not made, they are created. And the way that Criminal Minds shows us that they create serial killers is based on experiences that they had as a child. So for example, if a child was being beat, like if he was getting abused by his mother, let's say, or his father, and he felt that his mother was always there watching and she never did anything to save him. Most of these niggas be Caucasians, but this is how serial killers are created. They basically blame the mother, and then they grow up with hate, with this kind of hate for women in general, because you know how it be. That's why I mentioned it's Caucasians. Black people don't do that. But anyways, yeah, so that's how it's created, predicted upon, or based upon the experiences that you've had as a soul. That's what makes your perspective different. And now, the reason why I say that this vessel is, your ego can also be considered to be your ego, is because you see the zodiac constellations. Each zodiac constellation basically give you different characteristics. So my sun is in Aquarius, right? And my moon is a Capricorn. That's already two different, zodiacs. That's two different forms of, those are two different stars, constellations, that are influencing the way that I behave. It doesn't mean, that that's what my soul is like, but that's just my ego, the vessel. That's what's gonna influence um like what ways my vessel would go to or like act, or how to react, or how, what characteristics would how do I say it? Yeah, basically what, yeah, characteristics, that's the word that I'm looking for. So that's how your ego basically ties into your character. That's why this is your character. But the thing, now let's get deep into it. When you finally transcend your lower self and you reach your higher self, that's when you can start, your soul takes over the ego, and now you're no longer, let's say if I'm an Aquarius, I no longer will act like an Aquarius. I would act however I would want to act. You feel me? And that's how the ego also evolves, because you caught it right there, right? I would act however I would want to act. Now I'm choosing this high vibrational perspective. I transcended to my higher self, and now my higher self, since I have a new perspective, now is a new vision, it's a new want, it's a new ego. So I'm saying that to say that there's evolutions to your ego. Your ego evolves with you. When you grow, your ego grows as well. You feel me? And the ego is not a bad thing. The ego is actually what makes this fun. The ego, without the ego, we wouldn't want nothing, because the soul knows is everything. You are everything. We are everything, and nothing at the same time. So is the law of the universe, duality, you feel me? So with no ego, there's no duality. And if there's no duality, nigga, then there's no balance. And if there's no balance, then it's not really possible for you to be, happy or peaceful or in the middle way. Or actually, if you dwell in your higher self more than you dwell in your ego, things are gonna be boring for you. Things are just gonna be, whatever. It's like nothing really matters when you are at your higher self for so long, because you understand that you are God, bro. You are creating everything. You are everything. So technically, what's the point? But that's all a matter of perspective. You feel me? Because a newborn soul, a newborn kid, is gonna look at it like, oh shit, I'm God, nigga. Oh yeah, I could do whatever the fuck I want. You feel me? So it's different perspective, and I'm saying that to say, perspective is the most important thing, bro. I'm jacking it, and I shoulda. Now that I think about it, I should have made a video on that, on perspective. Or matter of fact, I will. But perspective is the most important thing, bro, because it don't matter what you have, what you look like, nigga, what's going on. If you decide to give things a negative view on it, then shit, you feel me, it's negative. Like in my mind, I could make myself believe anything. You feel me? I could believe things and make my mind believe things in my world, in my reality, that you would deem me crazy for. But guess what? I'm only crazy in your mind. You feel me? That you, as an individual mind, don't create a universal reality. So we gotta work as a collective, to create a universal heaven, a universal reality. So yeah, with that being said, y'all, that's what I wanted to come and tell y'all on here. I hope, I gave y'all niggas some interesting facts, some interesting knowledge, something to, think about, something to use your mind about. And yeah, y'all, for Moon out, nigga. I love y'all niggas. I hope y'all niggas taking care of yourselves. I hope y'all niggas is drinking water, meditating, getting sun, getting nature and shit. Peace, nigga.